citizens of Earth, and the millions and millions of BFAM listeners. Welcome. Finally, Stand Up for News has come back to the air. With our break 109.6 BFAM, I am your host, Mac James, baby. And this is my co-host, Robin Savage. Say hello to Robin, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Hello, Robin.
It is awesome to be here on our new platform.
Brian B. Weiss is right here. He doesn't like our new song. Why is that, Ryan?
Because this song has no soul. It's an AI written song. You should have let me write the song, man. Like, look at my stations, look at my setup, dude. I have a way better song. Just one way better.
In like 12 seconds, bro. Can you make a song in 12 seconds?
Easily. Watch this. All right. So your stand up for news, and it was like all robotic and stuff because like that's like. So it's like, all right, but what about if it was just like actually like this is Mac James, and this is Robin, and then like
I'm the A.M. to the E.Z. coming back, James got more game than Pacheesi. Welcome our other co-host here, Fisher King, stand-up comedian Fisher King just won a competition and got to feature at Clearwater Comedy Club. Say hello, Fisher. Can you hear us?
I can't hear anything.
You can't hear us.
Oh, so he missed my beautiful attempt at making music better than AI in 12 seconds.
I'm wondering where our guest Ants Rants is. He's not ready yet.
Maybe today it's his dance.
We have a special guest.
I've heard the rants
tonight. He's from Orlando, from O-Town. He's a premier headliner in Orlando. Ants Rants will be with us shortly. And then our artist known as Christopher Wright. He'll be here to stand for gay news. And then we also have our man on the street, Scott Patrick, will be here later as well. So I think we should just go ahead and get right into our news and start telling some stand-up for news stories. Stand-up for news, you guys, it's stand-up comics, and we tell the news, Basically, we take headlines and we write the punchlines because the news has all these opportunities to do that, and they never do. So we do it. We stand up for the news because the news can't stand up for itself. The news was born without any legs. It was born in a wheelchair all the time. So are you guys ready to stand up for the news? I will start it out with this. All right, you guys, you probably heard this week happen. The mayor of Philadelphia was given a pep rally, you guys, and spelled the Eagles' name wrong when she did her Eagles chant. She said, E-L-G-L-E-S, Eagles. Yeah. Well, how do you spell illiterate? M-A-Y-O-R. All right, over to you, Robin.
Okay. Well, talking about the Eagles, this Sunday is the Super Bowl where the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs will compete. Now, Andy Reid, who is currently the head coach of the Chiefs, used to be the head coach of the Eagles. He pointed out by saying, you know what? It doesn't matter who wins or loses. The refs are going to be blamed for it. So
That's true. It's rigged. All right. Over to you, Ryan.
All right. So I'm going to start it off light and simple, and as the show goes on, make it a little darker. But the first article that was pretty tame that I found was actually local, Tampa Bay Times, and relates to our conversation earlier with how much I freaking hate AI taking over. Because this article from Tampa Bay Times, the Kid Safe Zone version says, headline, AI is hitting Tampa classrooms. So far, teachers and students love it. However, I think the regular version says, AI is hitting Tampa classrooms. So far, teachers and students love it because they are subordinate meat pigs and always dance to Mr. Roboto Domo Arigato every time and just love it. So,
who do you call DCF on AI?
AI.
Quit hitting the kids, you guys.
Like that was terrible. The headline literally is hitting Tampa classrooms. It's like, okay, so they're already forewarning and proceeding and like predicting AI just hitting us and beating us like Terminators.
Well, I don't know if Fisher can hear me, but over to you, Fisher.
Fisher, you.
Your turn. All right, over to me. Elon Musk
Oh my
did the
God.
Sig Hail, you guys. You see the Sig Hail he did? He did a Hail Hitler at the Trump's inauguration. And he's like, oh, yeah, no big deal, right? I was just doing something else. But we all know it's a Sig Hail. I think Elon Musk is such a Nazi that if he had his own cologne, you guys, it would be called Elon's Musk, a scent of a final solution.
Well,
I tried
Yeah.
a little Jewish ears perk up when I said scent there, Ryan. Thank you.
yeah, the Jew ears, the sense, they just go ging, ling, ling, ling. I heard him.
Lane.
But also, I hate Elon Musk, so that's hilarious.
Over to
Nothing.
Robin Savage.
I actually have a joke very similar to that, James. So Elon Musk has become so criticized that the makers of Brute are changing the name of their scent to Kamala.
That's funny. All right, Ryan.
Okay, yeah. So, I'm trying to freaking pull this up just to be fully 100% in tune with it. But
I
basically,
think you're allowed to say fuck if you want. Instead of frig, we're allowed to say fuck. Just let you know.
We can curse?
Yeah, you can say fuck, Mom. I've never heard you cuss before, especially on our radio.
Oh,
Go
fuck.
ahead,
I kind
That's
of
great.
don't, but I was
That-
just curious.
That fucking makes me feel happy. But anyways, a
Just
woman
don't
from
say
West,
anything.
from West Bengal allegedly spent months trying to convince her husband to sell one of his kidneys on the black market illegally in order to fund their daughter's higher education and arrange her marriage in the future. After a year of searching for a buyer, or he really didn't want to sell it, he finally sold his kidney for 1 million rupees, which translates to about $11,000. And then his wife ends up stealing the money and eloping with her lover. So, like, that's what she was accused of in the crime, which made the news. But the good news for the man is that he still has one kid and he still has access to the black market. Still has. I mean, honestly, like, what else could you ask for? I mean, you have your love for God, and honestly, like, also that kid's probably like the most humble person ever because $11,000 wouldn't get you very much in like higher education or wedding, at least in America. So, like, shout out to them for being that humble. Like, that's what's up.
Oh man, that's great. Well, can you hear us yet, Fisher? Can you hear us, Fisher King?
Oh my God.
That's-
I think he's just fucking with us.
Fisher? I'm trying to think what
No,
the
I
fish is.
can't.
Fisher?
Can you hear us yet, Fisher?
Fisher?
Barely.
Huh? Oh, it's your turn.
Oh shit.
That's smart, James.
I'm gonna have to try to do something.
All right, over to me. Eagles fan falls to his death after the win against the Washington Commanders, you guys, after climbing the streetlight pole. 19-year-old kid fell to his death. Yeah, you guys want to know his final words?
What's
They
that?
were, fly, Eagles, fly! Thud.
Oh man.
It's,
That's why they usually grease the street poles there, because they always
Do
like
we-
on the poles.
It sounds
Something
like
we
our,
laugh
our
track?
gay, standing for the gay news reporter Christopher Wright, who's yet to check in, he likes to climb the poles too.
sounds like that. Well, never mind. She's going.
James, are you
Over to
using a
Robin
laugh track?
Savage.
Oh, are you using a laugh track, James?
No.
Oh, every once in a while I hear like a laugh track. Maybe.
Oh,
maybe
what this guy's a phony. He's a
You're a phony. No, I think that's
What
our
a
producer DC kicking his little 2 cents worth in with some laugh tracks. I told him if he
okay.
thought something was funny that he could do something like that. But if he doesn't think it's funny, he could probably play along boo, like to every single one of Fisher's jokes so far.
Well, I would say a slide whistle, but James already has a slide whistle.
I have that.
Oh.
A fart.
Okay, so scientists have developed a knit cap with electrodes, and it's used to understand pain that is experienced by felines. So there's a new children's book about it now. It's called The Cat in the Hat Has Arthritis.
Oh man.
Oh man. So yeah, any moment now, our man on the street, he's going to be checking in with us. I can't wait. The amazing Scott Patrick, stand-up comedian. He could be on any street anywhere. and any of our listeners, if you can guess what street he's on, you're going to win $100,000. Anybody, just take your wild guesses out there. And then Christopher Rice should be coming in soon, I hope. And our special guest, Ants Rants. So, Fisher, are you ready, Fisher? It's your turn, Fisher.
Okay. So a bunch of children were killed with a Black Hawk Down. More like a Black Hawk Bummer.
More like Black Hawk Frown.
Oh. Oh.
That's right.
This is news that happened yesterday, you guys. Trump announces the United States will take over the Gaza Strip. You guys hear about that? They're going to be in complete control of the Gaza Strip. Yeah, it was only a matter of time since he believes that the Gaza Strip is a Israel nudie bar, you guys. The Israel nudie club at the Gaza Strip. Yeah, either that or he thinks it's a Palestinian steakhouse.
Either way, I'm down. Let's run it.
James, I think we're always kind of in the same wavelength. Mine is Trump's wanting to take over the Gaza Strip. He said, you know what? They're really good if you have a cut or a scrape. So an aide close to the president had to explain to them that they were talking about the Gaza Strip, not a strip of gauze.
Well, I feel
Seriously, you know what? I got one of these joke of the day whistles just for Robin. Good job.
Hey.
Thank you, James.
All right, Mr. Ryan B. Weiss. The B is always silent because whenever he does a show, the host always forgets to say the B part. He will be doing a segment now, and this segment is called Words of Weissdom. The B is silent with Ryan Weiss.
I thought that was in 12 and a half.
Over to you, Ryan.
But if it's right now, then anyways, okay. So you know, actually, hold on, this is the right tone. When I was growing up, my mother would always tell me that I had the highest IQ out of all my siblings, which made me think that I had a pretty smart mouth. But unfortunately, not everything that comes out of this mouth is smart. A lot of times they're dumb. And I don't get it because I'm always trying to spread words of wisdom, words of wisdom, but they end up just being words of dumb. And so I feel like throughout this season, this segment is going to psychologically tear me down as we explore all the dumb things I say. So let's start right now. So words of wisdom that, you know, today I was trying to figure this out. I was calling like all my old friends, even my sister. I was like, was there ever a time where I told you to do something and it just totally bit you in the ass and screwed you over? And all of them said, yeah, but we'll have to think about like which one. And so I want to go back to my old friend, Dr. I'm going to change his name a little bit. Dr. just to protect the innocent. Donnie Morrison, friend of mine, first friend I met in college, 18 years old, you know, like we're 18-year-olds together, blah, blah, blah. In college, free from our parents. Would never expect this guy to be a doctor with how much he drank. But one day I told him, hey, Donnie, you know, you can if you put your mind to it, then you can achieve anything that you believe in. And that's when he started smoking crack. So kind of went away some there. But then, you know, he got lung issues. He tried putting up his butt, and he realized that crack plus crack just equals whack. So it's like, bro, now he's an esteemed professor and doctor. And that was my words of wisdom because I thought they were inspiring words, but then I guess for him, they were dumb. Or maybe they weren't. Open discussion.
Well, I guess if he's a doctor now, he learned something.
Yeah.
Well,
I like Dr. Strange, you know, and I like Dr. Dre. And my favorite doctor would be Dr. Kevorkian.
Well,
I still have a Groupon to go check him out if anybody wants to come.
I think he still likes crack because he's actually like my gynecologist, or not my gynecologist, my fucking. that is really funny. I said that, but I was thinking my
You got a gyno?
My gastroenterologist. So he likes putting things up people's butts still. Of the crack. You know, Crohn's.
What do you think, guys? You having a good time?
We are. I
I'm getting a lot of
like this.
messages, and I can't check them right now because I'm on the air, but I think they're all coming from our special guest comedian, Ants Branch, the headliner from Orlando. I've booked him many times. He actually headlined a comedy festival that we held at Dave and Buster's. Yeah, and you hosted one of those. It was an open mic crawl, and it was started at Sunshine City Comedy Club on St. Pete Beach. Then it went to Strange Clouds. You hosted the very first one, right? We had 48 comedians plus the host, and there's over 50 comedians, and Ants Rants was one of the headliners. And we are the only Stand Up for News and Stand Up for Live events are the only comedians that have ever done stand-up comedy at any Dave & Buster's ever, and we're planning on doing more. But so far, we've done, over 12 shows there.
Yeah, we've done a lot. Yeah, Ants kills every time he goes. I've never seen Ants go on stage and not kill. He's phenomenal.
I don't know what's going on with those guys. You ready to get back to telling some current news, fellas? And
I
Mom?
love Ants.
Have you guys ever heard of Utz potato chips? You ever tried Utz potato chips, you guys?
Utz potato chips. No, I think I've heard of them though.
Have you tried them, Ryan?
They're like the white bags with the kind of like tinny packets.
Well, they're called Utz potato chips. Have you heard of them or tried them?
Yeah.
Well, they're doing a thing for a promotion where they're poking holes right in the middle of their Utz potato chips, and they're telling everyone they did it on accident. And guess what they're going to call them? Utzos.
Spaghetti.
I knew you'd like that one, Mom. Any minute now, any second, our man on the street, Scott Patrick, the amazing stand-up comedian, he's going to be on some street somewhere in the entire planet. We don't know where he's at. He's the man on a street. He'll be calling in any time now. In anticipation. If anybody can guess what street he's on, you guys get $1 Brazilian if you're in Brazil. But here it's $100,000 for anybody. All right, you guys, I got a story for you I'd like to share. But it's your turn, right, Mom? Go ahead. Take it over. Over to you.
Okay. Scientists were able to produce kangaroo embryos through IVF, in vitro fertilization. Now, one side of this argues that it's a milestone and it prevents marsupials from growing extinct. But there's another side that's worried it's going to go too far to manipulate a species. In the meantime, Steven Spielberg is in contracts for making a new movie about it, and it's called Jurassic Pouch. Because they're marsupials.
Yeah. All right.
I like it.
Ryan, you got some breaking news to share?
I do. And I'm glad that you brought up embryos and whatnot because it kind of goes hand in hand with my next thing was that, so out in Pennsylvania, there was a report of 100,000 eggs that were worth $400,000 stolen during a distribution exchange. And man, I'm just thinking that's a bargain because if they were human eggs, they'd be at least 50 million rupees per human egg. Going back to the ruby thing with the Indian thing we're talking about, right? But
yeah. You say 100,000 eggs?
Yeah, for 400.
Oh, that's nothing. I've laid way more than that on stage lately. That's not funny.
I also wrote a story about the egg thing. So 100,000 eggs in Pennsylvania were stolen from the back of a trailer, and now police are looking for suspects that are seen to be carrying 8,333 egg cartons.
I hate math, Mom. Don't do that to me again.
I actually
it's your turn, Fisher.
Egg prices are going up so fucking bad that eventually we're going to start slinging eggs like crack cocaine.
Let me get an egg.
Well, hit up Elon.
No, I got any more than eggs.
Put Coke back in Coca-Cola.
I don't think.
All right, you guys might have heard this, maybe not. This happened last week. A man he has to get rid of his pig. It says he faces animal abuse charges for keeping his pig in his house, you guys. Yeah, and he says it's his emotional support pet. He's trying to fight this, and that's crazy. Because, if I called my wife a pet, she would be needing the emotional support, not me. Can I have one?
Yeah.
All right.
We
Over
need
to
all have
Ron
whistles
Savage
in our
with
house.
breaking news.
Yeah.
Okay. Severe winter storms in West Virginia and Kentucky had a mixture of freezing rain and thunderstorms, creating what people called thunder ice. Upon hearing this, President Trump thought they were talking about agents that were deporting thunder. This is the word ice.
What do you think, Ryan? Can you beat that one?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. It's pretty hard to beat Trump in anything right now. But so what I got was Asian elephant Rose 2 gives birth to a 200-pound calf at Oregon Zoo. But I didn't even read the article because I was just thinking, like, Rose 2, like, man, they're really behind the times because I thought that China's one-child policy ended after, like, the late 80s, you know? Like, what happened to Rose 1? What's up with these elephants? We got going a full Nancy Grace crime stories here.
Oh, hey. That's pretty funny, bud. I'll get you the whistle. Whistle?
I mean, yeah, we gotta stand up for that, right? Stand up for the elephant. Stand up for Rose 2.
All right. Can you hear me, Fisher?
But what if I'm mispronouncing it? What if it's like Rosette Duel? Like, what if it's not even like a 1-2 thing and now I'm the asshole because like this should be like an AMA. Like, am I the asshole because I thought it was a Chinese one-child policy thing just because it's spelled 2? I don't know. I guess we'll find out. We should ask our viewers and have them chime in. Am I the asshole?
Good idea.
I don't
Don't make me call DC up, though.
know.
All right. Your turn, Fisher.
You heard it here. It's the Chinese are stealing our eggs.
Oh man! Any moment, you guys. Any moment, our man on the street, Scott Patrick's gonna be checking in from any street. Who knows where? All right.
Well,
did you guys hear about this? In New York, they unveiled a greenhouse which the flowers give off a smell of decaying flesh. This flower is called the corpse's flower. That's a nice. That's nice that they made a greenhouse for Nancy Pelosi's vagina.
ooh,
Yeah. Well, at least they call it a flower.
decrepit.
That was nice of them. Over to Robin Savage with breaking news.
I did hear about that, the New York greenhouse flower. So let me see. So the company Honeywell will split into 3 separate companies. The divisions will be advanced materials, aerospace, and automations. They will be tax-free for stockholders and anyone who's really into thruples.
Was this Florida?
I want to make one thing clear really quick. These are just jokes, you guys. I don't have a pig of a wife. I don't even have a wife. I have a girlfriend, and she's banging hot. Just so you know, I don't want this getting around that I got a wife and she's a pig. I had to get that out of the way before someone kills me. You know? All right, over to Ryan. Your turn, bud.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the exact statistic. Whatever, it doesn't matter. Johns Hopkins University put out some legit research about Jesus Christ. What was this freaking article about? Man, I had a really funny joke for it too. Hold on. Skip me. Go to Fisher while I find this article so I can remember this joke.
Can he even hear us?
I don't know that he can.
Can you hear us,
point to
Fisher?
him, but
A little bit.
Well, it's your turn.
Oh, wait. I remember.
Oh, never mind.
All right.
Site?
So no. But the research study was done on apes and humans because it was where the apes were telling humans and communicating with them. It was a communication study. Where apes were telling humans where the snacks were that the humans didn't know because the apes were hungry and wanted the snacks. So they were able to like point to them and like communicate with them and like tell them like, hey, we want those. So basically, Planet of the Apes is turning real and taking over. But my take on it is that, you know, as much as the apes think that Planet of the Apes is real and taking over, they still can't figure out how to get rid of the Jews in Hollywood. Those are the ones who are really taking over.
Right?
Straight up.
I feel you there, bud. Speaking of California, guys, I tried to go to a nice, new, really popular, very exclusive nightclub there in LA a couple weeks ago, but I couldn't gain access. But trust me, you guys, that place was lit. The girls there were hot as fuck. Know what I'm saying, Mom?
James,
All right.
I need to have the opposite of a slide rule. I need to have like a scolding
Want me to do
whistle
this?
for you. Yeah.
Oh, wait, like this. There.
That's good.
I thought it was a good.
That
was really good.
That sound was really piercing in these earphones.
Your turn, Fisher. No, it's Mom's turn. Trick you.
Hi, Scott.
Is it Fisher's turn or Scott's?
Yeah, it's Fisher's turn. I'm messing with him. Go ahead, Fisher. Take it away.
I screwed a gorilla once.
Oh my
That's
God.
not a nice thing to say about Ryan's mom.
Ooh.
Ryan's mom
All right, is
fought
it
her.
back to me then? All right. Did you guys hear this brand new stuff that happened last week? Donald Trump changes the name of the Gulf of Mexico. Everybody's favorite Gulf, you know? He changed it to the Gulf of America. I actually got to see it on its last day of the Gulf of America, and then I got to see it on its first day as the Gulf of Mexico. Sorry, the Gulf of Mexico. I saw it on its last day, and I got to see it on its first day of the Gulf of America. That's crazy, right? Yeah, and little did he know that he's now being sued by the Gulf of America Putt-Putt Golf, little miniature golf course. He's being sued by them. Yeah. So he hired a big team of attorneys. But little did he also know that he owns the Gulf of America Putt-Putt miniature golf course. So he's suing himself. So once he found that out, he decided to back out of the lawsuit, in which he considered himself a pussy and decided to just grab himself. Yeah. You guys ever played the game Uno? You like Uno?
Mm-hmm.
It's America's favorite card game, Uno. You guys heard of it? Well, Donald Trump decided to change the name of that too. America's favorite card game's not called Uno anymore. You know what it's called, Mom?
One?
One.
No.
Fun.
All right. Over to you, Robin, with more breaking news.
Okay. Did you know we got Scott Patrick on the line too?
What?
Yeah.
I did not know that. Scott Patrick, stand-up comedian, our man on Us Street. What street are you on today? Welcome to the show, our first episode on our new station. Go ahead, Scott.
All right. You can hear me, yeah?
I can hear you, bud.
Yeah.
All right. Well, James, since today is National Frozen Yogurt Day, I am currently on LaGrange Avenue at our country's largest sperm bank in Los Angeles, California, which begs the question, am I aware of the difference between yogurt and sperm? Of course, sperm lets you taste a diverse range of culture, and yogurt is just gay.
Welcome to Cali.
But today is not just National Frozen Yogurt Day. It is also R. Kelly's favorite national day. We all remember R. Kelly.
Uh-huh.
It's
remember
his
your
favorite
Kelly.
day. It's his favorite day because today is actually National Ronald Reagan Day, who is the founder and the king of the trickle down.
Woo!
As many are aware, there are also nationally celebrated months. And of course, many may focus on the National Black History Month. We are an obese nation foremost, so I am recognizing National Snack Food Month. And of course, the younger generations can appreciate too, because they like to call female snacks, which makes total sense because these days there's a good chance that the lady you're looking at may have a package that contains some nuts.
You know what they call me, bud? Back
What's
in
that?
college, they used to call me Snack James
Smack
Oh
that
yeah.
instead of Mac James. All right, go ahead, Scott. Sorry.
Well, I have some news stories here that I'd also like to get into. I know you were just talking about the Gulf of Mexico, and a lot of Mexicans and Mexican officials are pretty upset with Trump's stance on immigration. And I heard from inside sources they're considering boycotting the Olympics because they refuse to support any organization that promotes fencing.
Oh, that's funny. Freaking
You got me, bud.
Yeah. Speaking of that, in Minnesota, they have officially made what they're calling the world's largest maze of ice. It's a festival that they have in Minnesota, and Trump, he doesn't like to be outdone. Everything to him is the most magnificent, glorious, huge thing. So he's spoken out, and he said they have the giant, ice maze. I guess they haven't tried to get citizenship in this country this year.
Even ISIS had to do a double take.
So,
All right, this rotation's going back again. Are you ready for some news? I'll kick it over to, I guess it'd be my turn, right?
I have 3 more minutes, my man.
Oh,
Hey, yeah.
thought we were doing current stuff. Go ahead, Scott.
So, a lot of people have heard about Elon's inauguration hail salute, whatever he wants to call that, non-Führer hand
Say
gesture,
hail.
whatever he wants to call it. But, considering that, I think I've given him a new nickname. People like to think of him as Buzz Lightyear. I'm thinking more Buzz Reichyear. He's gone from he's been from infinity to beyond to incinerate and be gone.
Oh,
Man.
But
In Tesla's. Oh, sorry. Actually, no. Go on. So I don't want to cover.
all right, so considering that him and Doge, the company Dogecoin or whatever, they're starting to deal with the USAID and the spending there. They said that they're going to go line by line finding any over expenditures, and I thought of that USAID, US AIDS. Who else likes to go line by line? It's Charlie Sheen.
Oh.
But they did find a $20 million payment that was issued for USAID for an Iraqi Sesame Street project. It was in the works, and they're putting a stop to that. But I could just picture the vision board now. Today was brought to you by the letter A for Allahu Akbar. and 9/11. It was an inside hijab.
that's great, man.
So on some national news in Las Vegas, there was a family that lost their dog, a female dog that had been gone for 9 years now. It turned up in Utah, and the family's quite happy with it. But, given light of that situation, they realized 2 things. One, what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas, and bitches do be tripping.
Really good.
And one more, in worldly news, a Turkish woman established a world record for crushing watermelons in her thighs. And just like that, she also made sure her squishy pink insides also remain seedless. I mean, I hate to be. I don't want to take it to I don't want to take it to a racial level, but the watermelons in her hood, I'm too chicken.
My goodness.
I didn't think
Well,
it was
that's my 5.
until you brought it up.
Let's roll right into current news if you're ready.
Oh, I'd love to. I've got a bunch of them I wrote.
Start out. Go ahead, Scott.
All right. Well, Republican politicians in Washington are still griping about Biden's presidential pardons. Apparently, there were so many pardons that they had the documents, they had to use a dolly for it. It was a dolly of pardons, and we're talking about some huge bags, baby.
All right, my turn. All right, Donald Trump was seen dancing with a sword, you guys. Did you hear about that? He was dancing around after cutting the cake at the commander-in-chief ball. You see the video where he's dancing around with a sword after cutting the cake? That's silly. Now, if Trump could just use that sword to cut the fat, cut the Rosie O'Donnell, or maybe it would cut. Okay.
No, I'm glad you made fat joke because I'm about to also. But in pop culture,
All right, this is a real story right here, bud. A man was accused of rape after, I guess the charges were dropped when he was accused of rape due to him being, medically decided that he is suffering from sexsomnia. His date, which stayed overnight at his house and slept in his bed with him, did not consent to having any sexual relations yet, but she woke up. The victim woke up, right next to him while the man was having sex with her. How do you wake up having sex with you? I don't know. I guess he was having sex with her before she woke up. So I guess neither one of them really enjoyed it since he claims he was asleep. That's sad. That sounds like Fisher's sex life, right? Yeah, the victim literally and figuratively, after she kicked him right in the balls, So after she hit the sack, she wound up hitting the sack. Can I have one?
Yeah, that deserves one.
All right, over to Robin Savage with breaking news.
Okay, Grand Theft Auto 6 is set to be released this fall in 2025, but there's a rampant speculation that it may be delayed. The makers of the game told the public, we just want to make sure that we release the best version of a video game about breaking the law and beating up hoes that we can.
Well, they haven't failed us so far. And then if I remember, there was actually a news article 10 years ago or something about Grand Theft Auto Vice City where a little kid actually stopped an actual crime by playing Grand Theft Auto. He learned how to hijack a car and he stopped a real crime that happened. So
So this is for the kids out there. Keep on playing video games.
Yeah. So on a lighter note, in pop culture news, Jelly Roll, one of all our favorite musicians, multi Grammy and Golden Globe winner, etc., joining American Idol after all, but not as a judge. And my fat little dipshit of a son felt judged when I practiced this headline out loud earlier because he thought that he was Jelly Roll going to American Idol. But I'm just kidding. I don't have a son. I'm never going to find love. I just want to make that joke with Jelly Roll.
Quit saying Jelly Roll. You're making Rosie O'Donnell hungry.
See, that's why it was timed perfectly. I'm so glad you said that.
All right, dude. I got some news that's kind of personal. Well, it's Fisher's turn, right? Can you hear us, Fisher?
It's Bob Marley's birthday today. He's turned the ripe old age of flipping dead.
He's flipping dead, man. All right, here's a funny. No. Go right back to Scott Patrick, man on the street. Your turn, bud.
All right. Well, Colombian president has begun a conversation about legalizing cocaine in his country. He's been quoted as saying cocaine is the same as whiskey. And I tend to agree to that assertion when it comes to not being able to get an erection.
What do you think about President Scarface's new proposal there, you guys? I know Fisher must be excited.
Hey, I'm not the only one. Ryan perked up to that.
Well, I was interested because you should be legalizing substances that are causing a lot of crime in the underworld because then it will cut out a lot of crime. So I'm actually happy to hear that. That could cut out a lot of gang violence, which is a very real issue. Which also, I feel like going back to that story with the black market and the kidneys and all that. Or no, not that.
That'd be the white market.
Yeah, well, I was thinking actually back to the egg story with the 100,000 eggs for $400,000. Like, man, those must be like the shittiest organized crime, like mini marts, like gangs, like the 7-Eleven versus the freaking Winn-Dixie versus the freaking Wawa. Like who stole all those eggs? Like, that was kind of ridiculous. That was some gas station mafia shit.
Like I said, what was it, 100,000 stolen eggs? That ain't nothing, man. I had a bunch of, I laid way more eggs than that on stage, man. So there's breaking news out there, and I need Scott Patrick to tell me what it is.
Okay, in Houston, police evidence lockers are being destroyed by what they're calling drug-addicted rats. Now, there's an internal investigation because they're not sure if these drugs are actually being stolen by these rats, but the police said that they haven't interrogated these rats, and they quickly told on each other.
This next story is really personal and close to home with me. An 8-year-old little boy was found alive after spending 5 days in a big game park with a bunch of lions surrounding the big game park. Did you hear about that, you guys?
No.
They left the boy alone and unharmed the entire 5 days, Well, that makes plenty of sense since it's playoff season, and now the boy's moved on to play the Washington Redskins. Oh, sorry, Commanders.
Lions.
We can't say Redskins anymore. What the hell am I doing? That's like when Ryan said not to say the N-word, and I said I wouldn't. I don't use that word. I don't use the R-S word anymore either. Sorry about that. You guys, this happened to me. This is real news that happened to me the other day. I had witness news right there, and this is what everybody needs to know. What did the black guy yell to the other black guy, Robin?
I don't know. What did he yell?
This is a great movie. Because I was there, I know that it really happened. That's why I know it's news. There's one more thing I need to get off my chest real quick, you guys, and that is it's about my dad. My dad recently had to get emergency surgery on his abdomen. All his hernia broke down. He had a double hernia surgery, all broke down. He's 85 years old, and all his organs were up inside his chest cavity, you guys. So they did, though, find cancer on his esophagus. That's why they had to tell him 5 minutes before his emergency surgery he had to get a feeding tube in his stomach. So he had to sign a thing. It's a lot to learn. He also had cancer on his kidney, you guys. So there's a lot to hear about 5 minutes before you go into surgery, emergency surgery. But I thought about it, and afterwards I talked to him. I said, "Hey, Dad, you think you're going to be able to beat this cancer thing?" And he said, "I don't know." And I said, "Well, I thought of something you can tell yourself. If you ever think you can't beat cancer, just tell yourself this, Dad. Can I beat cancer? Yes, I can, sir."
Yes, I can, sir.
So he loves it. He actually loves it. We posted a video on TikTok and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, which has gone pretty much almost viral. They all have thousands and thousands of views and likes. And when I started seeing the first one get up to 5,000 some views and over 100 likes, I'm like, well, this is getting really close to beating one of the highest viewed stand-up comedy video. And it was like kind of annoying. So I was thinking about deleting it. But Ryan talked me out of it, right, Ryan? You're like, don't do that. It's a good move, bud.
I mean,
so I didn't delete this video. And now it's at well over 900,000 or 9,000 something. And then I talked to my dad about it the other day, and I said, "Hey, Dad, you're almost beat my record, and then you did beat it, and now it's getting all these views and everything." And I said, "I think that people just like cancer more than they like my stand-up comedy." And he said, I think they just like me more than they like you. And that's pretty much true. Scott, you were going to tell me what you got your mom for Christmas. Scott, what'd you get her for Christmas?
Oh, I got her the new fingerless MAGA glove for grabbing them by the pussy.
Fingerless MAGA glove. So yeah, I actually got your mom a nice package too. And when she opened it up, you know what she said, right?
she said, "Are you cold?" She said, "Are you cold?"
The thought that counts. You're the one that hit me with that punchline. It's the thought that counts.
It's a thought that
Oh, your mom. All right. Well,
They come with a DNA wipe cloth, wipe it clean.
Wouldn't a fingerless glove just be a mitten?
mittens don't have any fingers. They have one big giant finger.
Oh, okay.
Fingerless is like cut the fingers off and then you got
Oh, okay.
sensory
Oh, I was thinking
nervous
giant. Okay.
tips.
But Robin,
So we come to it's time for Fisher. We're gonna have Fisher King's segment now. Can you hear me, Fisher? It's like talking to my dad.
real
You
quick,
can, good.
I can hear you a little bit.
I can let you know it's time for Debating Fisher with Fisher King.
Okay, Pedro Pascal has been. You wanted something?
Oh no! Well, I mean, it's kind of late now, but never mind. Go with your segment.
Yeah, you just want to interrupt me. That's all.
Well, no. I was gonna praise something on what Robin said, but
This is how we're debating me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm debating if we should have ever done this segment because you can't hear anything we're saying, and now you're debating. You're debating Ryan on your own debating Fisher.
Well, I was just gonna piggyback on Robin for a second, but then
You took the bait.
Well, Pedro Pascal has been. He's going to be Reed Richards in the new Fantastic Four movie, which is awesome. I love Pedro Pascal, but all I got to say and stuff is fuck Reed Richards, man. Like the Doctor Doom is one of the coolest characters of all time in Marvel, in Marvel history. He's as efficient as he's just as intelligent as Tony Stark and capable of making the same type of technology. And he's also was second in line for the Sorcerer Supreme, right? So he's just as badass as Doctor Strange. And who's his arch nemesis? Clippy from Microsoft Word, the AI assistant. Is Reed Richards' powers and stuff is just a giant rubber band. This dude, I cannot stress enough how much I hate Reed Richards and that character at all.
Let me say this, Mr. King. Let me say this real quick. So you don't have to hear Robin Savage debating it all. But I'm pretty sure right now, Robin Savage is dried up as Death Valley right now after hearing what you just said.
I don't know any of the words of Fisher.
Coming out of my
I'm
mouth.
sure it's funny. I just don't know any of those people.
Fantastic foreskin.
Fantastic foreskin.
Yeah. Is Reed
That's all Reed Richards is.
That's a good.
Is Reed Richard how blind people read porn?
Yeah. Be a better
Than
character
Reed
arc.
Richards?
The Stevie
It'd be
Wonder method.
It'd be a better character arc for the Fantastic Four. Reed Richards being a dried up foreskin.
Yeah. Okay.
I've never
Coincidentally,
I think Reed Richards was a ripoff of Plastic Man. Yeah, I agree. I don't think one of the best actors in the world should have to suffer.
Plastic Man's better because he's dumb.
I can't debate you, bud.
I don't know. I've never been a big fan of Fantastic Four because I don't use a rubber, man.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't even like comic books, you guys. I don't even like superhero stuff. I don't like anything to do with sci-fi. You can tell I don't like any of that crap, right? I'm not a nerd with a giant wall of action figures and comic book characters behind me. Ian Fisher,
We can tell you're still a virgin.
Oh, there's the artist known as Christopher Wright. What's up, Chris?
Oh, yay,
Hello,
Christopher.
how's it going, everybody? Can you see me? Can you hear me?
This is the co-founder, along with me and Scott Patrick, of Stand Up for News. We started this radio show 3 years ago on WTAN, and that's like a little rest stop a public rest stop off the highway type radio station compared to this awesome station we're on now. Welcome to the show, Christopher Wright.
Hello.
He's our host of Stand Up for Gay News, or
Your Gay News is what it's called.
My Gay News.
You are gay, but it's also news, and it's okay to be gay. So,
I'm gay.
yeah. I mean, if you're listening to this, yeah, for a couple minutes you're gay, and that's okay.
As long as I'm listening to it and the news is mine, I'm gay. Okay.
Your voice just gave me a boner, so I believe.
That was the thing I was going to tell you in the news, Chris. Before you go into your segment, this guy he got a big. There's a big lawsuit going on with him in an insane asylum they put him in because he refused to wear a straitjacket.
Oh,
That automatically, he said that would automatically make him a fag.
oh my.
That's his words.
God. That's his words. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't that make everybody a fag? No one wants to be put in a straitjacket. I guess I'm gay, Chris.
I mean, yeah, you've proven that to me enough times, James. Like we know that already.
Well, I'm gonna let you take over your segment. I love hearing you come on and play a song for us and tell us a little bit of Stand Up for Gay News or My Gay News or whatever. Go ahead, bud.
I've got a little bit of news that'll make you a little bit gay for a second, and I got a song for you to kind of cleanse the palate, as it were. So I saw this news story coming out of China, of all places. Government officials in China are now cracking down on erotic gay fiction writers specializing in danmei, which I guess is a gay romance genre with sexual situations in the similar style of like a manga, but it's like, you know, it's gay romance. So
I'm listening.
50, count them, 50 writers, 50 writers have been detained in Anhui province, west of Shanghai, based on a 1997 law that basically states that any material, whether printed or I guess transmitted or depicted in an explicit sexual way it's not okay. You can't do that apparently. However, there is a threshold of 5,000 clicks on this erotica, which then deems it a criminal offense. So you know what that means, guys.
50 Shades of Gay.
4,999 clicks. The Chinese government is apparently into edging at this point. So,
You remember this, Chris? You haven't seen it since August, but here it is, bud. And I got one for you.
nice. Oh my God, I got the whistle for the joke of the day.
Yeah, when you said 50 guys, I was thinking 50 Shades of Gay. Can't wait to see that movie and the sequel.
In China, apparently.
50 Shades Gayer.
Well, that's your gay news for the week. We'll check back with some more. I have a short song for you because I know we got just a couple minutes, but I figure I'll play a
Oh,
little
you can play that song now. I want to hear it so bad, dude. I miss hearing your music.
I know.
That's why
right?
you're the artist known as Christopher Wright. You're known for your music.
Yeah,
Right,
James
here
hates
we
my
go.
music.
And I got a little cover for you guys. So here's someone from the boss. Here's a little thing called I'm on Fire. I hope you like this.
How do I look like?
Daddy home, did he go and leave you all alone? No, no. I've got a bad desire. Oh, I'm on fire. Tell me now, baby, is it good to you? Can you do to you the things that I do? Oh, no. I could take you higher. I'm on fire. Sometimes it's like someone took a knife, baby, edgy and dull, and cut a 6-inch valley through the middle of my skull. Tell me now.
You're the man. I love you, bro.
Good to be
But
back.
not, you know.
And stand up
good to
for
see you,
Nice,
Chris.
anyway.
for episode 1, baby, in the books.
That was awesome, my dog.
Hell yeah.
All right, let's everybody do one more current news story, starting with Robin Savage, and I'll finish it up after Scott does his. We'll just go on a real quick. Anybody wants to go? You got one left in you? Fill the barrel up. Go ahead, Robin. Fire away.
Okay, a new pain pill called suzetrigine has been approved by the FDA. This is a non-opioid, and it's said to be non-addictive. However, the cost per pill is $15.50, but a patient assistant program would be available. Upon hearing this, Elon Musk and the Doge people immediately shut down that program.
Damn.
All right, over to Ryan.
All right, so first off, before I forget this again, I remembered what I was interrupting Fisher for to tell Robin. I thought it was genius when he said mittens because it was like mittens for kittens. Because we were talking about. So I just want to say that's like $1 million idea right there before anything. Cause
That's a weird way to apologize to Fisher and then kiss up to Robin.
Well, it's just
But I
my
like
ADHD. It's just my ADHD brain, so I just wanted to like get it out there, like.
All right, over to Fisher.
No need
I
to
do have my fucking
apologize.
news story.
Oh, tell your story then, man. Come on,
Oh, well, it's okay. Whatever. Anyways,
tell your story. Killing me again.
So I that's what I do best. Anyways, a mysterious ice chunk crashes through this Florida home's roof. Authorities are investigating the origins of a mysterious chunk of ice that fell out of the sky and punched a large hole in the metal roof of a Florida home. And meanwhile, they don't realize that God is just on another bender again, and he's like the best junkie in the world. So he went to Florida to get all this shitty meth and like used ice, which is like unheard of, to break through the roof. I don't know. The authorities are dumb. Oh God.
Nice.
All right, can you hear me, Fisher?
I can hear you.
Make it quick. What's your news?
What's my news? They're making a Gremlins 3. It's very important.
Oh my.
Oh, yeah.
It's been almost 20 years since Gremlins 2.
Oh man, we got to tell Colin Jost, get it on that.
You know what gremlins have in common with my wife? They multiply, and when you get them wet, there's more. Okay, we have 5 kids.
You're in so much trouble, James.
Scott Patrick, go ahead real quick.
Okay, a Kentucky teenager has broke a world record of solving 10 puzzles in under a minute. But he will spend the rest of his life trying to solve the puzzle of how to keep the rest of the Kentucky men out of their cousins.
All right, my turn. We're going to finish with this current news. I like this one specifically, wrote it for you, Scott Patrick. Ready? In religion today, the FDA disapproves of people taking communion. Yeah, when Jesus turned water into wine, it was cross-contaminating.
Oh my God.
Oh, there's more. And it wound. Yeah, that's it. That's it. Yeah, that's my last one.
Hey, everyone remember that AI can't write songs. They don't have soul. And if you think I can write a better theme song than AI, vote on that. Because
Yeah, I didn't even hear yours yet, and I'm voting for mine.
yeah, but yours has no soul. It's like it's just a robot made it. It's like they're gonna make you their little bitch.
It's like me. It doesn't have soul.
Yeah, but the robots are gonna make you their little bitch.
All right, you guys. We're going to have to finish the show up. And as we always do, we play the Stand Up for News theme song that Christopher Wright wrote, and we all sing it together. Are you ready?
All right, here we go. Oh, do you need me to play it right now?
Yeah.
Whenever you're ready. I don't care.
Oh, crap.
You told me when I see the symbol, that's when you're back in on the symbol, then I got to tell them that thing I said.
Oh,
That was the light, the one that.
Oh yeah, I mean, if we're doing this, here we go. Let's crank. All right, let's crank it up. All right, here we go.
Kick it.
All right, y'all ready?
Do I play this or don't play it?
1, 2.
Do I play this?
I don't know. Stand up for news. Stand up for
Stand up for
you.
you.
Stand up for you. Stand up for you. You can stand up too. Don't sit down. Stand up now. Stand up for news. All right, we'll see everybody next week.